Hey, how are you? I am coming to you. Look, you know what? I just put oil on my face and it looks chafed already. Anywho, I digressed even before I got started. Hey, I wanted to come back because I didn't finish the video yesterday. I got interrupted a little bit, sidetracked or whatever because kids were coming by and then stuff. I didn't get to, come back and continue the video. But what I wanted to say on yesterday was I was watching a commercial, not quite sure what this commercial was supposed to be about. And I only caught a portion of the commercial, but there was this lady, and I want to say she was of Asian descent, and she came home, and it says something about, she took off her wig or something. She was exhausted or what have you. And I think it was a chemotherapy commercial or something about cancer or something. And I understand kind of what she said. I think she was sad or something because she felt different or what have you. I understand that. And people tell me all the time, be, thankful and, be proud of who you are. You're beautiful and all of those things. I'm not doubting my beauty, and I'm not saying that I'm not beautiful and whatever beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And I know that beauty's not, I'm not a superficial kind of person or whatever. And I know that you can put on makeup or whatever. But you have to know that when cancer patients, specifically ones who've lost their hair, and especially if you have your breasts removed, it's hard to just walk outside and, specifically if you get looks from people, to just feel okay about yourself. I'm very confident. I'm not one of those people who need kudos and who need accolades and not accolades. So I was just watching the commercial, it was an alcohol commercial. But I don't need all of that from people, but I'm human. And, when you're getting all these strange looks and this world that we live in right now, where men dress like women and women dress like men, I don't want people looking at me sideways and trying to figure out what is that. My daughter said to me the other day, she was like, "What do you mean? What is that?" And I said, exactly that. When a person who was born male walks by and has on leggings and is switching his behind and, might have on eyeliner or mascara, and you're wondering, is that a boy or a girl? I don't want people to look at me and wonder, is that a boy or a girl? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm still very thankful, grateful for where I am and for this journey that I am completing. But I still am human. And, I have moments where I feel like, I'm a little bit self-conscious. And so, when I saw the commercial, and although I didn't see the entire commercial, I understood her plight because that's my walk, when I go to the store. And sometimes if I just run out, as I did yesterday, I ran out. I forgot to put on earrings. I took my shower, I put my clothes on. But, in my house, because I have so much stuff, my jewelry is set up in my office. And so I have a whole lot of jewelry. And so I have this wall of jewelry and it's set up in my office. And so I have to go to a different room to get it. So if I get dressed in my room, I may forget, which is what I did on yesterday. And so I don't wear makeup every day. And so if I forget my jewelry and I don't wear makeup, then I feel like I look like a boy. I don't have breasts. I don't have hair. And so someone said, well, you have female features. Well, some guys have female features, Okay, so anywho, that's enough of that. I'm going to talk really briefly about intimacy because I've already talked almost 5 minutes. When you don't have breasts and you don't have hair and you don't feel very feminine, it is not very easy to want to be intimate with your husband. Although he and I have always been very sexual beings, very into one another, and very high drive for one another. This, I don't necessarily think it was the cancer or even the chemotherapy. Although with chemotherapy and not feeling well, you're not necessarily interested sometimes, but especially if you're not feeling good and you're in pain. But on the days when you are feeling well and in pain, then you have the complication of, not looking and feeling like a woman. But my husband never makes me feel like that. Although when we are intimate, he never touches me in the breast area. And I don't know if he's self-conscious about it or if he doesn't want to make me self-conscious about it. And we never talk about it. I never, because when I'm not, when we're not being intimate, I don't think about it. And when we are being intimate, I don't want to say anything about it because I don't want to throw off, the groove or whatever. So, that's just kind of a funny thing. But then, to talk further about it, when you're going through chemo, body fluids are toxic. So you have to be really, really careful when you're being intimate. So one of the things is we don't kiss because we can't kiss because obviously saliva is bodily fluids. And when we are having sex, we have to use condoms, and then we have to be really careful with, removing the condom. And I don't remove it, but, he has to be really careful with removing the condom and all of that. Not because of his fluids, but because of mine. And so obviously a lot of hand washing, and, it's not like if it's late at night and you might ordinarily just fall asleep afterwards or whatever. That's not ever going to happen. So that's kind of that. I mean, if you have more questions, you can ask, and I'm really open. I'm like an open book. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, you can be intimate as long as you have a desire, and we still desire each other. We're still young, and we're still, we still have a very strong desire for one another. So absolutely. So that's that. Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you. I know that the question was there, so I wanted to make sure I addressed it. But if you have specific questions on Facebook, inbox me. You can ask questions below on YouTube if you so desire. That's it. Have a good one.